All right. So as always, and especially this time of year for a lot of us, everybody's very, very busy. And actually, we weren't going to do a partner series this month, thinking that November and December might be good months to take off. But we decided that we really liked some of the new stuff that we saw from Storm Creek. And frankly, it had been a while since we had Storm Creek on, and they're one of our favorite. I'm wearing a Storm Creek vest, actually. That's 2 days in a row, Rick.
Yes, that is 3120.
But yeah, so we were excited. We thought, you know what, this is a great time of year to bring Storm Creek back, to make sure that everyone is familiar with them, with the products that a lot of you have probably already seen and even used, but also see some of the new stuff that they have coming out. So, you know, thanks for being here. And Rick, just the one thing that we do each time, and we'll get into your presentation here as quickly as we can, but you know, we care a lot about relating with our vendor partners and our customers. And so we want to learn just a little bit about you. So maybe you could just tell us a little bit about you and how you came to Storm Creek, and just give us a quick, you know, overview on Rick.
Okay. So 23 years in this industry. So previous company, we carried the Storm Creek brand, but we also had multiple other brands. Columbia, Brooks Brothers dress shirts. Company was called Rivers End. A wholesaler of multiple brands. You guys probably familiar with the Sanmar is one of the products that you guys buy through these guys. And so started there in 1996. So, and they went out of business about 4 years ago. And that's when the owner of Storm Creek decided that he's just gonna sell direct to the distributors instead of just making apparel from his home. So that was a huge change. And at that point, is when I joined the team. So just a lot of experience in this industry, a lot of experience knowing the competition and what they sell and what they do. And then personally, just 4 kids, great family. I heard somebody talking about getting ready for Christmas. The wife sent me off to already get the Christmas tree, and it's already up and everything's, the Pofferl house is already ready for Christmas.
You guys do the live tree?
Yep.
Do the live tree.
Fraser fur. I got to get the Fraser fur. She makes me get.
I'm somewhat curious to do a poll. Maybe you could just put in the chat here. I don't normally do this kind of thing, but here, why not? So everybody on here, I'm curious, real or fake tree? Just pop that in there while we keep rolling. We're a fake tree. We tried the real tree, yep. And then, you know, the real tree's cool on the front end. It's getting it out of the house. That's like,
there's some sweeping to do.
It's like that scene in Charlie Brown Christmas when they hit the tree and all the needles fall to the ground. Yep. You know, you're trying to think strategically about how to drag it out of the house without creating like something you have to clean up for 6 months. But
yep. So okay, should we?
I got fake, man. Lots of fake. Ow. I'll tell you what, man. What was it that also makes me think of Christmas Story when he's like they go out to buy the tree and he's talking about going down and getting one of those pink ones. He said that look like that has pipe cleaners. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent, so we'll get back on track here. But well, good. Like I said, Rick, I actually, you know, I mentioned this to you yesterday. I was introduced to the Storm Creek brand through Rivers End. So when I started the business, Rivers End was still in operation down in Tennessee, I think, and they were a good partner, and they had some great brands. And I got introduced to Storm Creek, and then when that happened, I reached out and created a direct relationship like you're mentioning, and you guys have been really great. So awesome. Well, I mean, like nobody uses a real tree.
I'm the only one it looks like.
So,
must be a Minnesota thing.
Man, you got great trees up there apparently. Don't lose needles or something. But all right, well, hey Rick, I'll go ahead and I'm going to mute. So we'll go ahead and turn this over to you so you can get into your presentation. And then, like I said, we'll generally be muted, but we'll jump in and you know, ask questions as I mentioned yesterday, or try to, you know, if we need to clarify things. So it's all yours, man.
Sounds great. All right, everybody's seeing the screen. All right, perfect.
All good.
All right, so just like to share what our motto is. So we talked a little bit about, we are a woman-owned company, so it's a husband and wife team. Teresa is the CEO of the company, Doug, the president of the company, and they've been making apparel for 20 some years. Doug started making jackets for the ski industry and for retailers back in the day, and then he found out about this promotional products industry, and he made a lot of apparel for different people under different labels. So even at River's End, we had the Page and Tuttle Golf line. We had the River's End private label brand that Doug, the owner, the president of the company, made all of those products. And then, 12 years ago or so, he decided to make his own brand, and always wanted to make something that's a great quality, but at a fair price. So we're never going to get into the basic t-shirt business, the Fruloom Gildan t-shirts, sweatshirts, basic hats. That's a commodity item that the Storm Creek's never going to offer. We're going to always concentrate on a great line of jackets, layering pieces, vests, dress shirts, and so forth. So, a lot of thing that performs well. So our motto is seekers of better, because we're always seeking better materials. The shirt I have on today is an example of a new shirt. It's always hard to see. That's why I learned early on with the COVID, just a presentation in putting the garments, instead of trying to hold up garments to a screen. But this is our new Naturalist outdoor shirt, kind of our take of a Columbia fishing shirt, but we're not going to put rod holders and all these pockets on it. We want to keep it corporate friendly. It's got this new fabric. It's Japanese pinhole yarn fabric that we'll say you'll see it more and more at retail in other brands, because it's just a newer fabric, a newer technology that moisture wicks, sun protection. Those are the things that Doug and we're always seeking out as a company, to have better fabrics, better materials. So it's products that you guys want to wear and perform. I understand how at times there's orders for a giveaway, a cheap item. That's Storm Creek's really not going to be the fit. We're the middle price, great quality. When you lay it down alongside Patagonia, North Face, Columbia, and brands like that, you will see that the quality is the same, if not better, and these guys can sell it to you for less. And that's the whole point.
Rick, two things I wanted to point out. One is we literally have just recently swapped to the shirt you're wearing to replace Columbia, because it's not available. The stock is terrible.
Yep.
And so far it's been a great alternative. It'd be interesting to hear what people think about it. And then the other thing is, I think what you're saying, what we always say internally, and I know Brett and Alex and we always talk about this, is that it's value. That we feel like there's just a high value in Storm Creek. You get a lot for what you spend. It's comparable to the other brands.
Correct. It's all about the attention to the details. Just the small things like the jackets and so forth are going to have the little inner cuff that stops wind from going up your sleeve. It's just the small attention to the detail and things like that. Even just the nice little clean hidden pocket on this shirt that you can barely see. It's amazing to me how they can stitch and get that little seam on that front pocket right there and so forth. So the attention to the detail. This is my new favorite shirt by far, the outdoor shirt. But just a screen here, just thoughtful design. The owner, his partner is actually lived overseas, that runs these factories and owns the factories. So it just works out so fabulous that he's got his partner overseas that makes sure we're doing right by the employees, doing right by the factories. And he's always searching out and helping find newer technologies, newer fabrics that you guys are going to love and enjoy wearing, and it's going to perform well for it. That's a concentration. Over the last couple of years, the major switch for us too was also very important for us to be eco-friendly as a company. And all of our products are now eco-friendly. So you're working with a woman-owned company and a company that's offering all eco product. Everything has been switched to using recycled polyester or recycled nylon of some percentage. So we've now saved over 7.5 million bottles from hitting a landfill. We're part of 1% for the planet. And then we give back to a lot of charities. We actually have a goal at Storm Creek of over the next 10 years of giving $5 million to charity. And we're well on our way. And it's very important to Doug and Teresa, the owners of the company, to give back and do right by employees and so forth. Just fabulous people to work for. So decoration, we do offer in-house decoration for, to make it easy on these guys. We'll decorate it, drop ship it directly to you guys. The only thing we really don't do in-house for decoration is screen printing, but heat seals are a great alternative to screen printing. And then we offer embroidery, and we just don't do laser etching, but we have all sorts of patches, leather patches, 3D and different kind of heat seals. And of course, embroidery. We have no minimums. We can do a one-piece order, and we can do multiple piece orders. One of the unique things.
Hey, Rick, let me just can I make 2 points? One is,
Yep.
I want to So one thing I want to point out about the in-house decoration. So we work with Storm Creek in really two ways. We'll buy the blank apparel and send it out to a decoration partner in most cases. The reason that we do that is that a lot of the Storm Creek that we sell to customers on this call and other customers we work with is because we're also offering clothing from other vendors. And so what we do in that case is we bring the apparel from all those different sources into the same place so that we get consistency with the embroidery. So that's the reason that we would not use the in-house decoration with Storm Creek. Now, if someone came to us, for example, and needed 50 of an item at Storm Creek and we weren't mixing with any other garments, there's a high probability that we might then consider using their in-house decoration. Or if someone wanted to take advantage of the flex style, the heat press, or the heat seal, I'm sorry, or any of the other decoration or the leather patches and things like that they're really well suited to do.
Exactly. And that's perfect because we don't offer the contract decoration, so we won't decorate somebody else's product. So
right. And the only other point that I would make is you mentioned eco-friendly and sort of the social good things that you guys are doing. And I know I would say, and I don't know if Brett would agree with me on this, there was a long period of time where I didn't hear a lot of our customers asking for that kind of thing. I see that shifting. I see more customers coming to us and saying, as a matter of fact, I just got a request the other day from a customer asking they need some backpacks and they wanted to make sure that they were, done in a certain way. And so it's good that I appreciate you pointing that out. And we do have this supplier and a lot of other partners that have that kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. In the past, you got requests for it, but 1 year or 2 years later, it was always discontinued because we never sold much eco thing. But I am definitely agree that seeing more and more people asking for it almost on a weekly basis. So that's why, we've made the switch over the last couple of years and everything. There is a chance, obviously, that there's still some old inventory we have to work through. Some new styles like the Naturalist shirt I have on, it started as eco-friendly, so there's not a chance. But the vest that Landon is wearing, a #1 seller for many, many years, there's a chance that we still have a large tall that's before the recycled version. So we have to work through that. And if you guys, when he gets the request specifically for eco, he's going to work with me and we make sure we pull the eco product. Zipperize is just simply, we have 16 different zipper pull colors. So there's a thing, just 16 different zipper pulls that can be added to any garment. And it's just simply, as you see, to match up, hopefully match up with your logo and just give the garment a little bit of a custom look. So there's a small additional charge on any of our products. We can add one of our 16 different zipper pulls to give the jacket a little bit, jacket, vest, doesn't matter what it is. If it has a zipper on it, we can replace it quarter zip or a jacket, etc. And then one other thing.
And is there a minimum on that? If we're just doing zipper pulls, it's just an additional charge, no minimum in terms of the number of pieces?
No minimum. Okay. We try to say get 12 pieces if you can, but we also understand when a company gets a new employee needs one. So really, no, there's no minimum, but try to, but no, technically no minimum. We just say if you can get 12 or more, that's great. Help us be efficient. Made to order. That's the program. The vest that Landon was wearing and the comparable jacket that we'll see to a little later. We stock it blank with no Storm Creek label anywhere, because normally our garment, like you can see back here, there's a little woven label right there at the end of the sleeve. Inside the neck, there's the little Storm Creek logo. And on the back of the collar, of course, we don't see it, but on the back of the collar, there'd be a little embroidered Storm Creek logo on all of our garments. But when we started the Storm Creek brand, the owner, he knew that some people like a custom garment. They like to make it look like it's theirs, or they don't like to co-brand. They don't want a Nike logo on there. They don't want the Columbia logo on there. So on our shelves, only in the color black, we stock the vest and the jacket blank with no Storm Creek markings anywhere, and we can make it look like it's your garment. And I've seen unique things where the name of the company, Northern Tool, is put on the left chest and on the inside neck as a heat seal. But I also see people do thank you notes for 10 years of safety-free service, different things like that to get creative with that heat seal in the middle. So just a program, and there is a 36-piece minimum, and that is simply because that's how many heat seals that we have to order from our source. But we can get one sample done when needed, and we take the risk of that. Hopefully they're gonna come back for the other 35 heat seals. So we will break that rule. And there's a virtual, just an example of a virtual image we can create. And I think it's one of the better things we do to give you guys an idea of what the garment will look like, different logo positions and things. So anytime you're interested in a Storm Creek garment, those guys can pass along your logo, and I can put together a virtual showing your logo, showing the zipper pulls, heat seal inside the neck on the made to order program. That the blank version we just add MTO behind is called the made to order. So it's the same style number, 3120 is what Landon has on, and it becomes 3120 MTO, Mary Tom Oscar, for the blank version. But that vest is offered in many other colors with the Storm Creek labels on them. So just an example, and you can see all of our virtuals, our website is going to tell you how many bottles that you're saving by buying one of those vests. We're saving 6 bottles from hitting a landfill. And then so we're just going to kind of review some of our top sellers. And this is just the MSRP, just to give you guys an idea that these guys are going to be able to, sell it below the MSRP, get the logos included. Obviously those guys price it out for it, but this is just to give you an idea. Worst case scenario, you're going to come in less. This is a popular category for us. It is an inventory problem right now because of everybody coming to us to replace Patagonia. Patagonia made the announcement that they really don't want to have people logos on their garments. They never wanted a firearm. They never wanted a tobacco company put on their garments. And they got frustrated over time of trying to track what kind of logos going on their garment. Storm Creek doesn't care what you do or what logo's going on our garment. But these are back in stock in about a month. It's a great category, just sweater fleece, very similar to your Patagonia. It's very rare that Storm Creek does unisex. That is one of our unisex items right here, the snap front. And normally they will get the ladies the full zip. But sometimes a buyer will buy men's and ladies a men's piece, and the ladies just get things. But pretty much 98% of everything Storm Creek does will be the same price for men's and ladies. We'll offer ladies extra small through XXX and men's small through 4XL for sure. And most of the time, 5XL and tall sizes as well. So our sweater fleece category, brand new color, brand new two-tone option. The ladies will also have a couple two-tone options.
Hey, Rick, one thing I wanted to say too, one thing you guys do that's unique, it's kind of nice. Your guys' prices are the same up through 2XL. I'm pretty sure in all the items. So that is actually a decent, really cool thing, because most of our other clothing suppliers, you'll start to pay a premium at 2XL and larger, with the exception of some bigger brands that just basically price everything out the same.
Ours up, good point. Thank you, Landon, up to XX. Yep. So a Waffle Knit, we've had this for many years. It's pretty unique. It's kind of one of those where you almost have to see it in person. It doesn't do it justice looking at this, but it's a really unique Waffle Knit on the warmer side. So this is a warmer pullover quarter zip. We're in Minnesota. I love this for wearing in the winter. And it does.
This is what you wear when you run outside and you get that fake tree.
Yes, exactly. And it goes up to 5XL and talls in the men's. It's at this time, it's our only quarter zip with tall sizes available. So a brand new item, few brand new items here that we're excited, just arriving into inventory in the last few days or very soon. Our Sidekick Crew, men's and ladies. Very, very soft hand is one that you have to touch and feel. On the lighter weight side, it's not a thick crew neck sweatshirt. It's just a nice, lightweight, very soft hand. We're super excited. All the local customers and people coming into our location in Minnesota are super excited and love it.
This was one of the new items I was most excited about.
Yep, exactly.
I love the simplicity of it. And I think there's a lot of trending in retail that support this kind of an item.
And since he pointed out retail, one of the things we do is, like, some of you guys I know will maybe put stuff on a web store where your employees can go purchase year-round on that web store. So we make sure to tell Landon and Brett and the team, that there's certain styles like the vest that he's wearing that's program safe. We should be deep in inventory. Might not be the case today, but in general, we're really deep in stock in that and safe to put on that website, and we should have very minimal inventory issues. Something new like this, we wouldn't say program safe yet, because we don't know if the 2,000 pieces we bought in for the first order was enough. Somebody might come along with a 1,500 piece order tomorrow, and there you go. And now we have inventory issues. So we help our distributors by telling them what's program safe, what's not. So when we're trying to put something on a program, we avoid. And we have these retail styles like this, where it's the same Sidekick Crew category. These are specific ladies garments, because we also sell to specialty outdoor retailers. We are online with Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops also sell our stuff online and do really, really well with our, so that's our biggest retailers. And then a ton of specialty small mom and pop shops love us because what we do is Doug, Teresa, the owner, they'll come up with a line every spring and fall. These are two examples. They'll send it out to the retailers and they give them the opportunity to pre-book in small quantities and that they can sell, then come back from us. And if we see that they love it, then we'll bring in extra for our distributors like Landon and our other distributors to sell. So this is one that we say as a retail style, and we would say not really program safe because 6 months from now, 8 months from now, we might run out and we may not get more. So Sidekick hoodie version and the Gator version, brand new, just arrived into inventory as well, ladies specific. So you occasionally have those ladies specific retail styles. Brand new insulated vests. This one is not arriving till around January 3rd, early January, brand new, discovered with the Thermalite insulation. All of our garments that are insulated, we use the Thermalite insulation, which is one of the best known insulations that many brands use. Primasoft and Thermalite are the #1 and #2 insulations used in garments. And it doesn't need to be this big, bulky down jacket to be windproof, warm, etc. So, and they've switched over the years too with the Thermalite insulation being the recycled insulation. And that was the start of it. And then they figured out how to make the outside of the garment from the recycled polyester or nylon as well. So super exciting. #1 selling vest and our #1 selling jacket, as we said, Landon had the vest on, goes up to 5XL in tall sizes in both. These are inventory issues today. You know, people are still squeaking together orders by mixing colors and so forth, but it is a little challenging until January. You know, we got a lot of stuff coming later this month, in December and January, and in early January, we're going to be back in really, really good position inventory wise. But I never know if somebody comes along tomorrow with the 5,000 piece order and wipes me out of something that I thought would be good shape in January again. Another, and this has 120 gram insulation, so it's a little bit on the warmer side versus our next quilted vest and jacket that's packable. So you just pack it into the pocket. So the one pocket, you unzip it and you start pulling the jacket in or the vest inside of it, and boom, once you did that in about 20 seconds, you got the packable version. I like to use that as my pillow on the plane after I wear my vest or jacket to the airport. And this is the 60 gram version with the diamond, with the check pattern, same price, right around the same price as you guys can purchase those ones at. It's just a lighter weight and a little bit different look and packable. So two different options in the packable.
Very. I want to take just a quick second, and Brett, I'm just first I want to see if anybody on our team has anything they want to interject. Just we're doing pretty good on time, and then also I wanted to just pause for a second and see if I haven't seen any questions, which is fine in the chat. But I also want to make sure do anyone on the call, do you guys have any questions that I could just kind of pause here to let you unmute and ask, or you could put it in the chat, and I won't hover here too long. But Brett, do you have anything that you want to ask?
No, I don't have anything. I did forget to link out to the Storm Creek site, and I put that in the chat box if anybody wants to kind of like pop over on another screen or what have you, just kind of take a look around at what's out there. There's a lot of the, in a slideshow like this, a lot of times tough to get a good view of the items, but on the website they've got like great model pictures and stuff like that if you are interested in.
And you can zoom in with the magnifying glass to get close to some of this stuff, and it gives you a much better, like that waffle knit. Once you zoom in, you really get a good feel for what it really looks like versus on a PowerPoint.
The other thing I would say is I just put another link out there, which is, so there's a pretty cool company in our industry called Zoom Catalog, and you guys have an online flip catalog, which probably even live a little bit even more like what you're going through here. So if you guys want to open that up and flip through there, that's really helpful.
Yep, perfect.
All right, carry on.
Okay, Weather Warriors. These are just 3 true waterproof rain jackets. So the Voyager is kind of going to be our starting level packable rain jacket, and then you're going to move up to higher price where the Explorer, and we just added the rain pants to go with them. Those are arriving into stock. Actually, these arrived into stock soon, but this one's a little farther out to December. You got pants to go with both, but the Explorer jacket is a 20K. You know, I just realized that I need to put the waterproof level. Waterproof garments are given a number anywhere from 1,000 up to 20,000, 20,000. You rarely even see 20,000, which this rain jacket is. You will not find a better rain jacket anywhere. If you went and bought that at a store as a North Face or Columbia or recognizable brand, it's going to be 150 to 200 bucks easy. That's the type that you can stand out in the hurricane and nothing's going to happen, because everybody can call their garment waterproof. Doesn't matter what brand it is, Gore-Tex waterproof, any brand. Eventually, if you were out in the rain for a super long time, seams could get wet. So we're even on a waterproof.
And so this would work, Rick. I mean, this would serve well as a sort of like golf, like a golf rain suit, right? That people would shove in their bag or keep in their car if they play golf a lot. So if you needed an alternative or something like that.
That's exactly what I do. So this is exactly what's in my golf bag, this one here, because I know that I'm not going to be out there very long in a heavy rain if I do get caught and so forth, versus I'm a huge fishing and I'm a huge outdoors guy. So this is the one that I know if I'm going to be out in the boat in a rain trying to catch those fish for 5 hours, I'm putting this on and I know I'm dry all day long. So just 3 great options. And this one, the commuter, is, again, it's hard to see, but it's got a herringbone, very classy looking jacket. When you see it up close, it's a very classy looking. I sell that one as it's just the out and about in town. You're going out to town, it's going to rain that night, you're going to put your rain jacket on. That's the very classy one that you're going to look really good over what you're what you're wearing out to the restaurants, the bars, whatever you might be doing that night. This is a great one. But this is what we want to sell for the landscaping companies. The people who are truly looking for something outdoor, really need great performance in their rain gear. Earlier in the spring, all this product was brand new. We just offered the golf polos and the lightweight golf wind jackets. Even though I say golf obviously can be used for jogging, walking, can be used for anything. But that's our main thought was, golf gear. So our lightweight. One more time, we did a unisex item. So the quarter zip version does not have a true ladies companion piece, but the vest does. And then you got the full zip jacket with the hood. And then we're coming out with probably a couple months, we'll also have, I don't have it on here yet because I just found out about it yesterday from the owner, that he's adding a full zip jacket without the hood. So it'll be a 4th edition in a few months that'll arrive in inventory, full zip jacket without the hood, just like that. And then the 2 new polos that were new. Most of this stuff back there is in good shape, good stock wise. The polos are hit or miss because they were brand new at the beginning of summer. People seen that for the price that they can buy it, it's the same type of quality as your Nikes, your Under Armour, moisture wicking, UV protection. All of our products are going to be UV protection, moisture wicking. This is going to perform like a Nike or Under Armour polo that they can sell you for less. We started with the solid and the stripe. Again, that's the bad thing about a PowerPoint presentation. It's really hard to see that that's a striped polo, but if we zoomed in on the website, you'll truly see the pattern. It's easy on that Zoom catalog or the website. When you zoom in, you'll easily see what it truly looks like. And we are adding a color block version as well. So at the end of December, we get another shipment to get us back in good shape in the polos, and we get a new color block version where one color on the top and a different color on the bottom. So 3 choices. That's always your best selling polos. We probably never offer more than that, because once you get past into floral patterns and things like that, you don't sell a lot, and we won't do that. But your solid, your striped, and a 2-tone coming soon. So there's the shirt that I talked about earlier that I have on, our outdoor version, UV protection, short sleeve, long sleeve. We just started with the 2 colors. Blue Mist is the color that I have on, and then you have the dark heather gray, the gray option. Awesome shirt. If you like button down shirts, you'll love it. And then it was kind of a different version of what we've had for a couple of years now, and that's our influencer dress shirt. The one thing I didn't even mention too up there, 4-way stretch, UV protection, up to 5XL, tall size, and you have the different patterns. Again, doesn't do justice right here on the PowerPoint. Looking at it, if we zoom in, it gives a better view of those 2, the window pane, solid, but 4 different patterns in that.
This one, Rick, I just jump in and say I know we've sold a lot of these on the spot buy side as well as through the programs. you know,
Yep.
this has been that trend over the last few years for dress shirts to sort of migrate away from, you know, the cotton poly or cotton or whatever, and move to this performance material. I know that everybody, I have them. I know that everybody that's bought them
Yes.
really loves them. So these are, you know, and Rick's right. It's hard to see on screen, but these are those performance material.
Exactly.
that you see.
And I sold Brooks Brothers brand. Brooks Brothers, those guys would sell to you for $84 or more. $84 was the least expensive Brooks Brothers option. And it's not even anywhere close. It's this stiff, rugged feeling shirt that they're, you know, it's not even close. I know, I feel confident you guys would love this shirt. Anybody that wears dress shirts, button-down shirts, you will love this shirt. It just performs so well with the stretch, moisture wicking, and we have a lot of inventory. Inventory is great on the dress shirts there. Pullovers, a couple of our best sellers. The Pace Setter is our #1 seller. It's a great
And that's
price
the former Moss jersey, right, Rick?
Yep, exactly.
So the only reason I bring that up is there's probably a lot of people that are either on the call or will listen or will watch this, listen to this later, that know this item as the Moss jersey because they bought it the last few years. And this is one of the favorites of a lot of our customers.
Correct. And I'm glad, and I'm glad you're kind of chiming in once in a while, because that's another good point, is that we change the name on everything. So if you think you saw something and it's like, boy, I swear I bought that, but he called it the Front Runner vest, and it used to be called the Katrina and the Will. So we changed the name from everything having an individual name to one name for a category. So if we added a hooded sweatshirt in the same material, it would be the Pace Setter hoodie, etc. Like we had previously with the Sidekick crew, the Sidekick hoodie for the ladies. Butter soft hand, everybody loves it. It was new 2 years ago. It's now our #1 seller. It's a butter soft hand. It is on the, you know, it's a thinner, lightweight layering piece that just feels so nice up against the body. Everybody loves it. #1 seller. The Bodyguard, just your camo of, you know, camo pattern to it. That one is about 30 days away from being in inventory. There is some inventory issues on this one. There's a little bit of inventory issue today on these, but most of my quarter zips, big shipment coming in about a week. So this is going to be back in great shape in about a week. This is brand new. Again, unisex, that third unisex style that we offer, men's only. You'd have to figure out what you do different for the ladies, or the ladies get this piece as well. The Collaborator, I love it. Kind of a mid-weight pullover. That's another one of my new favorites, just arrived into inventory. Really nice soft hand as well on that. So the Collaborator. So that's just a lot of this stuff we showed there today is brand new. You can kind of see behind me. So really, we have like about 6 different vests: soft shell vests, sweater fleece vests, quilted vests, you know, to give you different options in vests. You know, we're going to have 15 different jackets, from the lightweight jackets to quilted jackets, a full winter jacket. Like my full winter jacket wasn't on the presentation, you know, but I'll grab it real quick. You know, this is what I wore in today. In Minnesota, it was 20 degrees this morning already. We're getting cold. This is just our full 160 gram Thermalite insulation, removable hood. It's got the classy herringbone surface, waterproof.
Rick, can we go ahead, since you're showing that? Well, can we bump the presentation so that you're full screen?
Yes. Yes. Yep. I'm going to stop that because I am done. Good point. Okay. So it's got the reflective lining. Columbia years ago started advertising that. Even the reflective lining that helps maintain your body heat on the inside. It's the small things like I talked about earlier. Inside, you got the cuff that's going to stop the cold air from coming in. Removable hood that then can be covered up with the nice back, so it doesn't even look like there was ever a hood there. If you wanted to remove it, you don't like a hood, you could remove it, and it was like a jacket that never had a hood. You could have a hood. Fully seam sealed, fully waterproof. This is the same series as the shell, the waterproof jacket that I mentioned. That was the classy looking herringbone surface. So that's our most expensive jacket that we offer. Full winter jacket that when I'm going out ice fishing or skiing, 20 degrees or 20 below, that's what I'm wearing. Okay. So
excellent. Yeah.
That's,
Rick, I'm gonna put you on the spot on a question, and it may be that you don't even have this item anymore. You guys had kind of a cable knit jacket at one time that was sort of like a spider-ish type jacket.
Discontinued last year. We have a lot of stock in ladies. So if anybody wanted a personal jacket, and you like that Spider brand, that kind of knit. It's got a unique thing. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's 30.
And I only bring that up that was the item that kind of introduced me to Storm Creek.
Okay,
And,
yeah.
and it was an example of,
Very,
an item that was every bit as nice as the brand that most people were familiar with, but it was an excellent
Very
alternative.
expensive spider
Yeah.
brand. Everybody loves it. You can buy less. And if anybody's interested in getting some of those, or even personal, talk to these guys, because we have a lot of stock left in the ladies version, and a good deal. So
yeah. So that's, Rick, again, thanks for doing it. I thought it was excellent. And everybody, again, on the call, please, if you took notes and you saw something that you like, everybody on this call, which I think we've got, 9 or 10 that are here live, we're going to follow up with you afterward and ask you what item will follow up with the deck. You also have the link to the catalog we provided. But you could pick an item, and we're going to help you get a sample of that item, and we can talk about whether you want a logo on it or not. We'll help you out with that. But Rick, I appreciate you coming. I like I said, I love the Storm Creek brand, a great value. The new stuff, you can go to their website, I think up under products even.
Yep.
And over to the
New
far right under
arrivals.
collections, it says new arrivals, which that kind of isolates the new stuff if you just wanted to kind of look at the new stuff. And yeah, so and Brett, do you have anything that you want to add, or anybody, Alex or anything? I want to make sure our team has a chance to kind of.
No, I think we hit all the nails on the head. The only thing I would say is on the waterproof pieces. A lot of folks get kind of wigged out once you start poking holes in it with embroidery, because it kind of sometimes can damage that waterproof layer. I don't know if you've heard anything about that, Rick, but in that situation, that's when I feel like it's really good to kind of pivot over to the heat transfer,
heat seal,
as opposed to embroidery and stuff like that. If you truly need a waterproof piece for long periods of time in the rain or what have you.
So on that, when we started with the rain jackets back a while ago, a heat seal on a lot of rain jackets, and ours, we don't recommend it, because over time with that waterproof fabric and the thing, it is going to tend to crack and peel if they washed it a lot. Now, if you didn't wash your rain jacket very often, and most of us don't, it probably isn't going to happen. But in the long run, it could happen with the heat seal. And what you do is you take a heat seal and put it behind. There's obviously no logo on it. It's just the heat seal backing. You put that behind the garment, which we offer for a small additional thing. And we can put that heat seal behind it, and that seals it and makes it waterproof. Yeah. Again, other people have 3M spray and so forth. So if you guys also have decorators you're working with, you might want to talk to them about them starting to offer a waterproof backing or heat seal that you put behind that, because that way you can get the good embroidery that you love on your waterproof garment, but you can seal it back up for a very minimal charge and not worry about anything seeping through in a super heavy rain.
Very
yes,
cool.
I think if that's a great point. If that were a concern, that would be a classic instance where we probably work directly with Storm Creek for the garment and the decoration to make sure. So if that is a particular concern, that's what we would do.
And I just want to thank everybody too for joining. And obviously, many of your customers have purchased Storm Creek, and we really appreciate it. We appreciate the support of the brand, and hopefully you guys' experience with our brand is what we want, and that it performs well for you. And always a good fit, because once you wear a medium in Storm Creek, you should be a medium in everything. You shouldn't have to worry about getting a different garment. And even if you bought a quarter zip thing and then you put a winter jacket over it, you'd be a medium in everything. Yeah. You don't switch sizes to make something fit. Yeah. Fit is very important to us. And once you know your size, and we would just say true to size, we wouldn't say our brand is oversized. We wouldn't say that it's a tight, small cut. We say a true to fit, true to size cut. But obviously,
and I would say that's what I've found. I mean, I'm typically an XL.
Yep.
Lately, trying to trend towards a large, but still an XL. And the vest in XL fits me great. I noticed that Mallory asked. I think what Mallory you're asking was what item was Ross referring to, and I found it kind of funny because Ross commented after the joggers. So Ross is not wearing the joggers, I don't think. Ross is wearing most likely the Moss jersey pullover, because I know that's truly one of his favorite items. So he can unmute and tell me if that's the case, but you might be wearing joggers. I don't know. It's cool.
And I'm definitely wearing the Moss jersey, but Mallory might have been asking about that jacket that you and Rick were talking about that had been discontinued.
Yeah, that is what I was talking about.
Yeah, so that jacket was a spider-like cable knit jacket, and like I said, they've discontinued it, but
Yep.
you know, if that
But
style is interesting, I'm sure we could find something somewhere. But
yeah,
Um,
like I say, we do have lots of stock left, only in ladies, style 34-15. So if somebody's interested in kind of looking at that 34-15, we still have lots of inventory.
oh, and so it's on the site. It looks like.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you call it the Vanguard.
There you go. Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Very good. And probably could be had for a pretty good price. So, all right.
Sure.
Does anybody else, any other customer? Hey, Tracy, I see you said Tracy had to jump off, so that's great. But appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, we'll be following up.
It looks like Brooke had a question. And she said,
Oh,
on the
okay.
women's only options, do they all have the split hem like the long sleeve crew did, or does that vary by option?
Varies by option. That's a little bit new. There's not too
Okay.
many. That's kind of a new little thing, that split seam at the bottom there. That's kind of new. You know, they mentioned joggers. We do offer joggers as well. They'd be on the website. I got it right here. Super soft hand. Everybody loves them. Technically though, my men's already sold out of small, medium, and large. But the ladies, we do have two different versions, and there is deep stock on the ladies joggers. I believe the 2993 or 2994 is the men's. One's the ladies' men's. Those sell really well. And ladies, we do have good stock in the joggers, and they love them. They're super soft hand, like that pace setter, and so forth. And everybody loves those as well.
Rick, do you typically I know that probably a lot of people do even do the joggers blank, but if you decorate them, do you typically just kind of like do that in the hip area? Is that the most
Yeah.
common place?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Correct. Yep. Yep. Sometimes they will. I've seen it. Yeah. Kind of right along, maybe right below the
pocket
pocket
area, or
Yep,
yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Just
Okay.
so you're not sealing
All
the
right.
pocket shut. Exactly.
Well, great. Okay, so Rick, thanks again. Everyone who's joined, thank you again for your time. We will follow up. We'll follow up with the deck. We'll follow up with some links and to get you some samples. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. You know where to find us, and we'll look for it. So we will not have a partner series in December. Everybody enjoy the holidays. They probably wouldn't pay attention to it if we did, but we will be coming back to you in January. We don't have it all worked out yet, but we've got it pretty well mapped out for 2022, but we'll be sending some information out on what our partner series schedule looks like for 2022. This has been awesome. I still feel like I get feedback from customers, and I think Brett hears the same thing, and that they love this. This has been a great forum, and Rick, it's been a great tool for us to make sure that our customers get, full view of what's available to them. And
Wow.
so we're definitely continuing this next year. And
I appreciate you guys giving me the time to, to present. And I just think this is awesome. This is the first time video wise that it's ever been with end users. And I just think that's a fabulous thing that you guys are doing, and a great idea. Local customers, I have bring in their end users so they can touch and feel the product and so forth. But this is the first time. I've done so many video presentations over the last 2 years, but this is the first time I have to say that a company actually brought the end users, and that's awesome. I appreciate it. I appreciate being given the chance to get in front of you guys.
Well, yeah, no, Brett and I talked about it. We always used to get these great presentations, and we needed our customers to see them. And we've been talking about, trying to do some sort of in-person spin-off of the virtual partner series, and maybe, in other words, maybe mid-year or somewhere in the first half of the year next year, just saying, hey, we want to do a spin-off of the partner series as an in-person, and have some vendors come and set up in person. We think that would be a great thing to consider. And heck, I would love anybody that's on this call, I'd love feedback on that. As you might imagine, there's a little more to putting that together, and then there's also more cost to our vendor partners to be a part of it. And so there's some more things that have to be worked out. But I think that would be something, especially Rick, as you've alluded to many times, the clothing is definitely something that you just need to touch and feel. So I think if we could add a component to this that customers have said they've enjoyed, that where they could touch and feel clothing in particular, I think it would be awesome. So
yes, exactly.
All right, we'll let everybody go. We stayed on time. Thank you again. And hey, everybody have a happy and safe Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. We appreciate every single one of you and what you mean to our company. And I don't want to not say that, how genuinely appreciative we are of everybody that works with us. So have a great rest of the year, and we'll see you in January.
Have a great one.